Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, whenever you are listening. So yeah, my salvation experience. Oh gosh. Well, mine is not completely spectacular. One would say, I think. I grew up in a Christian home, but obviously, being a Christian doesn't mean you're born again. Being a Christian don't mean Christ, does it? So for me personally, I remember in 2000 and I I gave my life to Christ, let's say 2012. No, sorry. No, when I was not 2012. Let's say 2006 maybe or 2008. Um and I say I gave my life then, but I'm sure I'd already given my life 20 times. Why do I say that? I gave my life officially, final time, intentionally, without repeating myself, without going back off again onto the altar or whichever way it is. Whilst I was in junior church, and I remember the person who was teaching that day was just explaining how, look, you don't have to keep on. Anytime they ask, you don't have to keep on going up. The truth is, once you've opened your heart, you've confessed it, and you believe in it, you believe in Christ and that. You're saved. You don't have to each time they call up, because a lot of times, people say, oh, if you have done something, you have backsliding, you have but really and truly, it's like once you've given your life to Christ, you don't have to each time you hear an altar call go up. No. So the final time I intentionally did it was, let's say, when I was that 2006, 8 probably time, and it was me going to church at first. But I think the major turnaround, I think would have been when I traveled to Nigeria for 2 years in 2000 and I think it was no. I don't even remember when it was. Okay, 2009, 8. So which means I gave my life a bit earlier than that. I need to kind of calculate backwards, sorry. So basically I went to Nigeria for 2 years to school. The intention was for me to finish my secondary school there, but I ended up just doing 2 years because of changing laws and stuff like that. But during my time there, I was there by myself. My family stayed here in the UK. And so I was there by myself. So I kind of had time, and the kind of school that I went to was a private one, and they were rooted in like a Christian kind of private school, if that makes sense. So there was devotion, for example, and all of this other stuff. And I think the governess there, she was a devout Christian as well. So I think that really helped. And being a worker in church, for example, going to Sunday schools and stuff like that. So yeah, that intentionality of actually being involved and stuff like that is what I can say increased my my walk with God. Yeah, that's what. So I'll say my salvation experience is not like, oh, I gave my life and then things started turning around. Obviously, everybody does bad stuff. People lie and stuff like that. But there's obviously that intentionality of, okay, you don't want to obviously lie, or you don't want to, you don't want to sin, if I use that word. And obviously it's not about ticking boxes. It's not about following the 10 commandments, because once you're conscious of that, you probably won't be able to achieve all of those. Make sure you don't kill, make sure you don't lie, make sure no. By the time you're like following that journey and you're being intentional about and communicating and communing with God, you find that you get more insight and things like that. And if you continue reading the word, you won't know how. Sometimes, like, how does reading a word equate to having a closer journey with God? But really and truly, it's something that is so you may not notice it. You don't notice it when, like, during that, you won't notice it. But so long you continue to read your word and pray based on the word in itself, you find that you're hearing God more. What do I mean by hearing God? So yeah, you basically get more direction and you know what you do and stuff like that. So yeah, so from there, I've just obviously been following through with his instructions, and I've met people, and I've just met people which have brought me to where I am right now, really. So yeah, I hope I've been able to tackle that question. So yeah, see you there.